Thank you very much, Troy. Before I got published, I was attending a small conference in New York City. Before I got published, I hadn't even started writing. I was contemplating writing. And this tall, elegant man sat beside me at the conference and said, "Are you going to write for me?" And I didn't know who he was, but if it was possible that I could write for him, I certainly wasn't going to question it. So I said, well, yes, if I can. He said, if you write a good book, I'll publish it. And I thought, he's pulling my leg, because nobody was publishing books by African American writers, and certainly not romances, and with black characters. So, as it happened, maybe months later, I started writing a novel. And my editor was Monica Harris, whom I sold my first book. And she worked for Walter Zacharias in Kensignton. Now, the interesting thing about this is, prior to that year, the year before that, there were not any African American romance novels being published. And it isn't just that there were none, but when writers presented a book to editors in these publishing houses, they would say, okay, it's a nice story, could you change the characters to white? And one of my good friends who was a writer said that she was told, I can't sell that. Nobody's going to read it. But that didn't have any meaning whatsoever for Walter Zacharias. And one of the reasons why I admire him so greatly is he went against the tide and started what is now a plethora of books, not just romances, but African American. Every publisher wants African American authors and stories by African American characters. And they told him they don't read. Walter told me, he said, they don't. They're getting university degrees. Why do you mean they don't read? So, I mean, I think he has made an uncommonly big contribution to the African American. It's like anything else. If you see a sitcom that's successful, everybody else wants to produce a sitcom. Walter's Arabesque books, which were about African American, by African American writers, were successful from the beginning. The title of the book is Getting Some of Her Own, and it's about a woman who, there are three women in fact, and each one of them has been shortchanged in life. And so that's what Getting Some of Her Own is about, dealing with their problems and changing their life in a way that's productive and taking hold of life, of their own lives, rather than sitting back and let life happen to them. That's what it's all about. And it was very entertaining.
Sure.
And this is a Defina book, and its title is Getting Some of Her Own, and I think everyone will enjoy reading it.